How's that? Is that a little better? Music's super boring. Yeah, okay. Better? Looks like my latency is a little bit. Okay. That's still coming up super loud for me, but if that sounds good for you guys, then. Alright. So, anyways. Man, that is really peaking on mine. You sure it's not too loud for you guys? Okay, alright. Well, I'll take your word for it then. So, anyways, now that we're hopefully past the technical difficulties part of this stream, because, you know, there's always going to be that part, I just wanted to do a chill out kind of art stream thing tonight. Another video of My Time at Portia's will be coming in soon. I just have to edit it. Turns out editing takes 10 years. Who knew? Anyways, so for now we're just going to do an art stream, and I'm going to be doing another character design, this time of my significant other's model that he'll be using in the future. So, yeah. I'm probably going to need... I wish I could keep the stream on, or the chat on top of something, but... Maybe we can make this... Ooh. That's weird. Who dat? Alright, let's close out that. Chat box is real small. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but just gonna have to make do. Alright, whatever. Let's get to arting, shall we? Well, anyways. So here we have the character we're gonna be designing. I already did the the pre-sketch, because sketching is a bit of a longer process, a bit more intricate of a process that I like to prefer to take my time with. So I wanted to do that before the stream, and then we could just, maybe I could... See, the annoying part about this is that I can't... Maybe we could do... That's weird. Something like this. Nah, I don't like that. Never mind. Ignore me. I'm just gonna open chat on my phone. So otherwise I can't see you guys because I don't have a second screen. I just have my laptop. So I either have to just regularly open the chat in another screen or, you know, regularly unminimize it to check chat, or I can open it on my phone and keep an eye on it that way. And I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. There. Alright. I have chat open on my phone off to the side now, so I can check that while I'm working. So anyways, how are you guys tonight? Maybe I should make this bigger. Let's do a little bit bigger so that I can do more intricate details. Sound good to you? Sounds good to me. I always have a bad habit of working in really small you know, what do you call them? Small fuzzy what's-its. What do you call them? File types? Files? I should actually probably make this a little bit smaller. I should also probably be doing this on an actual line art level. Duh. So anyways, Kitten's never drawn before in her life, apparently. Llamas? Yes, llamas. 2 small llamas. All of the... I really need bigger llamas, you know? Another thing that I need to do once in a while, or figure out, is keeping my tablet in place. Because for whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason, I know exactly why, the pads on the bottom that are supposed to keep them in place fell off. At least, like, 2 of them. So, my tablet has a bad habit of slip and sliding all over the place. No, I'm not putting oven glue on my tablet. Or using oven glue for my tablet. They are heat resistant, because I made them that way. But heat resistance isn't the problem here. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. As much as I appreciate Kevin MacLeod, which I do, don't get me wrong, he's like a godsend of the YouTube world, especially with everything going on with the, you know, DMCAs and copyrights and, you know, the entertainment industry constantly fucking people over because that's what they do best. This is not the music I normally work to. Normally I'm very much a... I don't know, I listen to a lot of different music. I'm not putting glue on my tablet. Anyways, I listen to a lot of different music. But most often when I'm drawing, if I'm not trying to get a specific scene, so therefore I need a specific kind of mood for what I'm doing, I listen to a lot of nightcore, because it's just very bouncy and keeps me in a really good mood, and that's a very important thing to keeping me working. Because my mood has a tendency to tank completely. MacLeod? Really? I always just pronounced it MacLeod. I mean, it could be pronounced MacLeod. I've never actually heard it pronounced out loud before, like, by people. So, it could be MacLeod for all I know. I'm good at pronouncing things wrong. There's also a tiny wee bit of lag because of, you know, everything my computer's running right now, and it's making drawing a little awkward. It's not unbearably so, but I'm definitely noticing a little bit of lag. It's probably just one of those things that I'm gonna have to get used to. MacLeod. Okay, well, I'll remember that for future reference. I guess that makes sense. What? Okay, if you say so. I feel like that's probably some reference I don't get. Man, I've never done bandages across, like, such a wide space before. And I feel like my usual tactic of how I, like, space them out looks a little too uniform for something so long. But I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. Yeah, lots of experimenting. I've actually been doing a whole lot of experimenting with style with my art lately. namely drawing slightly less anime boys, which is not a thing I'm familiar with, both drawing men and less anime styles in general. Reconnected. Are we back? My internet disconnected. I'm not surprised, but I am annoyed. This is why I preface with everything live streaming related with internet permitting. Because my internet sucks. It's also why I can only stream in the dead of night at like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's because my internet sucks. I don't even want to know. Anyways, back to drawing. So how is everybody doing tonight that isn't right on? I see you guys there. Oh, well, it was two of you. Now it's one. Don't think you can lurk in my stream. That's a joke. I'm a perpetual lurker. Feel free to lurk. But oh. The other person in here is me. Well, whatever. We'll just do. This playlist is going to be real short, but I think it should last an hour or so. I'm going to have to edit this into something later. What I'm thinking of doing is probably kind of doing what people on Twitch do, where they just stream and then edit it down into basically a highlights reel. I mean, the only problem with that is that I can't download Twitch or YouTube streams, so I can't edit them on like an actual editing software. I just have to basically clip it in YouTube itself, but you know, whatever. We'll make do, I guess. it does have a download button. The problem is you can only download actual videos. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, you can't download streams. But I might test to see if maybe it'll let me turn it into a video, since when you edit a stream, it uploads as, like, a separate video. So I might, like, see if I can work around that in some way. I don't know. We'll see. See what I can do. Also, recording simultaneously is... It's technically possible, you know, with OBS, but it heavily reduces the quality, and more importantly, it absolutely annihilates your, you know, CPU. Which, again, I'm on a laptop. So, just running even my Paint program and OBS and the Avatar program all at the same time kinda makes my laptop hate me. So I don't think I'm gonna really be able to do that per se. Also, we're gonna skip this song because I know it's technically still wintry season, and so Christmassy sounding music is technically still okay, but I kind of hate it. So we're just gonna not. It is very Christmassy. Like, it's literally called, like, something Noel. I forget what exactly, but it's very much a Christmas song. And, it's still December, but I'd just generally rather not. All things considered. Yeah. Man, I tell you guys what, I will be happy to see this year go. And I very much know I'm not the only one. I don't want to jinx it and say that 2021 is going to be infinitely better because, you know, the way things are looking, it's distinctly not. But I am going to hold out hope that something improves. I know I have more banger music in this playlist. Let's see if we can find it. There we go. I like that better. Yeah. It's very dance macabre, which is a very specific song, but, you know, I like it. Obviously, I prefer a little more bombastic music, but I don't want to chance 2 Steps from Hell with everything going on right now. Honestly, I'm like half tempted to build playlists beforehand that I then can just link you guys to, and you can listen to the music that I do on your own computers, so I don't have to stream it and get in trouble. Because like I said, I listen to very specific music when I draw, but, you know, the current musical climate makes things testy. Well, it is a lot of work, but I mean, I already have playlists made up anyways. I literally just use the same music for most things. I could just link them, I guess. I guess it does a little Majin Buu. Though really, I was going more for Rashid from Street Fighter V. Yes, yes there are. In fact, you missed the best one, which is Laura. Oops. You guess. I mean, Ibuki, yes. But neat. Thanks! Look at this smug asshole. Tsh. Maybe. Who knows? Alright, now for my least favorite part. Coloring. If y'all can't tell, obviously my strength is very much in line art, which is apparently a rare talent amongst the art community, as most of them hate lining, or inking, as it's sometimes called, but it's honestly my favorite part. Makes things look so clean and nice. I love lining. It's like the best part of the process. IMHO. I should save and not be stupid. I should also download one of those skin color palettes. I don't have one of those, and it's probably a good thing to have. Yes. No, there's just a lot of... One in particular, there's one really comprehensive guide for skin colors. Yeah, whatever works, you know. But there's a lot of people who have troubles, you know, figuring out how to do skin colors without making it look, you know, oversaturated or what have you and whatnot. So there's... might actually lighten that a bit. Get a nice mocha look. Oops. Milky cappuccino. That's a description. Oops. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. There isn't actually a whole lot about coloring in general that I really like that much. I've always been more of a sketch artist. Black and white, graphite pencils, what have you and whatnot. But coloring eyes, specifically, is probably one of my favorites. I think it's just because they're so small that you can really, like, just sit there and dig in on details, you know? And it doesn't feel very overwhelming. I am definitely, at my core, more of a writer than an artist. I can art, and I've spent a lot of time and effort improving my art, but it's definitely more hobby than anything I'd ever pursue, like, professionally. It's one of those things where it's like, you can do it, but it's not life passion kind of thing, you know? But I also grew up entirely surrounded by artists with no fellow writers. So, because I was generally considered part of the art crowd... Oops, I'm using the wrong pencil. I was like, I constantly felt like I was just playing catch up with my artist friends. Because I was always behind them, because they were, you know, first and foremost artists. Where I just drew as a hobby. They wanted to do it more professionally. So, it was kind of a situation of forced improvement, which, you know, obviously benefited me in the long run. I'm able to draw a lot better than most writers because of it. Not all, but, you know, most. But the constant game of catch-up was never my favorite thing in the world. Support your local writers, everyone! Let's see. Support yourself. Be your favorite writer. Support your local mini painter. I'm not a mini painter. I can't do that. I think it's a really cool hobby. I think it's definitely one of the neatest kind of art things. Because it takes such, like, can only imagine stupid amounts of patience to do. Because you're working on something so itty-bitty. And, like, I have no patience whatsoever, so, like, I admire people with patience. Like, even an inkling of it. Then again, I spent 5 years of my life, well, 2 years of my life, sitting there studying and breaking down every single tiny little detail of the stupid Sonic 06 timeline so that I could get a fanfic accurate. That's a thing I did with 2 years of my life. And it should also be pointed out that it took me 2 years to finally nail down the Sonic 06 timeline. Which tells you how convoluted and stupid it is. But I broke that shit down like a goddamn champ, and now I have it very carefully written out in a document. Timeline, color-coded timeline with every route, and how everything matches up. Why did I do this thing? No, I don't know. But I did it. It's a thing that I chose to do with my life for some reason. But I tell you what, I have the most accurate to game Sonic 06 fanfic on the, on the entire platform of Archive, probably. I have also have one of the only ones, but we're not going to talk about that. Timeline stream when. Look, if you motherfuckers want me to do an entire stream breaking down the Sonic 06 timeline, I will 100% do it because I need a reason to have that breakdown. And I mean both the breakdown of the timeline and a mental breakdown, because Jesus Christ. Like, it's just sitting there taunting me now that I'm finished writing the fanfic, which ended up being 3 arcs. the sad part is I've actually considered playing Sonic 06 just because it has consumed so much of my life at this point. And I've never actually played the game, even though I have watched playthroughs and walkthroughs and read the entire wiki about every single, detail and character and location involved with it and every single bit of the timeline, but I've never actually played the game because, it's Sonic 06. But I have legit considered playing it for the channel just so that I can rant about how much I hate the timeline and how much of my life this game consumed. Internet, can you not? Are we back? My internet's cutting out again, because of course it is. Illustrations. Illustrations. I'm gonna file that away into the folder of do that if I'm drunk. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. It might happen. Who knows where this channel will go? Like I said, Sonic has consumed my life. Anyways, the point I was getting at before my internet cut out, I don't know when it cut out, and I don't know when it came back, so I don't know how much of that rant you guys actually heard. But anyways, I have really fond memories of playing it as a kid with my cousins, my older cousins, and sitting there watching them play and beat the games and, the levels and whatnot, listening to Backstreet Boys, because, my older teenage cousins at the time. But I'm god-awful at platformers, as, let's be honest, most people are. Either you're good at platformers or you're not. Let's just be real here. But I'm not. And so Sonic was one of those things that I mostly just watched my cousins play, and played a little bit here and there, never really passed a level on my own. And that's never really changed much, ironically, until Forces. Because we got, a ton of Sonic games in a Humble Bundle, because of course we did. And I'm like, alright, this is the newest game, and Infinite looks cool. I like villains. That's the best way to get me to play a game, even the shittiest game on the planet, is tell me it has a cool villain. And Mephiles, from Sonic 06, is easily one of the coolest villains ever created, because he's successful. And is the entire reason my Sonic friends goaded me into anything Sonic related, because they're just like, okay, so here's this character that is voiced by Dan Green, and is the most successful villain ever created because he actually kills the main character. Obviously he comes back, but we're not going to talk about that. But so I'm like, this sounds like a thing I like. So I watched Let's Plays, and I watched, I drew him a lot, I guess. And eventually it just kind of consumed my life, because of course it did. And I ended up writing this long-ass, currently even ongoing fanfic, because even though I finished writing it, I haven't finished editing it yet. Sonic 06 rewrite fanfic focused around this character that was originally just a crack ship. She was created through a crack ship with Mephiles and one of my novel characters. And I'm when I was reworking things for, the novel to start writing it, I'm there's no way I can make this character work. Why has this stream just turned into me ranting about Sonic? What did you guys do? Anyways, the point is, I wrote a stupidly long comic, and Sonic consumed my life, and this is just my life now. If you guys really want me to go on an absolute tirade about how Sonic has consumed my life against my will, then we'll do that in a future Sonic-focused, probably very drunk, because dear God, I will need alcohol for that, stream or video or whatever. Probably a stream. It'll probably be a stream. Let's just be honest here. But bless you. Bless you. No, Sonic is pain and suffering. But we can talk about Sonic later in a different video. Maybe when I'm playing Sonic, or illustrating the timeline, apparently. I have stared into the abyss for 5 long years now, and it refuses to come out and fight me. Fight me, Sega. I will actually fight Aaron Hansen over who hates Sonic 06 the most at this point. Like, God, I hate this game so much. And the worst part is I don't hate the material that's come out of it, and it's the worst part. Is like the fic that I wrote, that I've spent like 5 years writing now, I don't hate. And that's the worst part about it. Because it was fun to write, and it was a good source of stress relief for me when I needed it most. And, like, it let me vent some frustrations in other parts of my life and work them out through the story. Because I'm like, whatever, it's a Sonic fanfiction. Nobody's ever gonna read this shit. Might as well. And so I actually had a lot of fun writing it. And drawing art for it, and, you know, whatever. I have a curated, chronologically ordered music playlist for this stupid Sonic fanfic that I wrote. And I hate it. Meow. I guess I have no choice now but to do a Sonic 06 live stream where I go into the stupid amounts of details needed to understand the timeline. I have no choice. I've started this and I must continue. Anyways, that'll be for another time. For now, we're gonna color ropes on a character. And I wish I could talk more about this character, but it's not mine, so I have nothing really to say about it. Other than I'm designing it, and will later be sculpting it, and that'll be a video. Probably not a live stream, because that's Vroid kind of, which is the program I use to make, you know, my 3D models, is a little bit janky, because it's still in beta. It's not even a finished program yet. But, you know, honestly, for something that's not even finished yet, it's really good, and I'm really excited to see where they take it. And it's a very powerful tool, but it's not the most optimized thing yet. I'm sure they'll fix that later, you know, once they actually finish it. So, trying to run a stream and Vroid at the same time will absolutely 100% crash everything. So that's just going to be a video. Let's see. Yeah, it looks pretty sad. Sad? That's not the word that was supposed to come out. was gonna say savage and savvy, but neither of those words made sense. So sad came out instead. Did I already run out of music? Is that a thing that happened? It is. So we'll just start it over. I need to download more music. I gotta check out the YouTube audio library a little bit more. Since it's actually got some pretty decent music on there. Like, I expected it to be, you know, absolute garbage, because, you know, it's just YouTube free audio. But there's a few bangers in there, not gonna lie. Not all of them are great, but I can definitely make use of some of them. In fact, I'm actually probably gonna cut one of them down to like 10-20 seconds and use as like a regular outro, because it's pretty sweet. I could have just filled this. But why do things the easy way when I can make them unnecessarily difficult? Oops. Cool. And let's see. We're just gonna do maybe the same color as the belts for the sandals, I'm thinking. Oops. We'll see how it looks. I can change it later if it looks bad, obviously. Thanks for joining me so late at night, by the way, guys. Like, I know this is very, very late in the day for the majority of people. But, unfortunately, as you've already seen with my internet cutting out twice, this is the only time I even remotely can do any... Reconnect. And of course, just as I was saying my internet is shit, my internet cuts out. God. This is why I do mostly videos. This is why I cannot do regular streaming, because I just... Even at the dead of night, my internet's just like, what? You were trying to do something productive? What if I just quit for no reason? Which really sucks in this day and age where everything ever is online. It's like, why would digital download this and internet only that? And man, it's a good thing I'm not an Xbox fan. PC Master Race. That was a joke. I play on all of the consoles. But I definitely do have a preference for Nintendo, obviously. But I also really like PC games because I like how versatile and open they are. Like, everyone ever with any kind of internet connection can make a game and post it and have people play it. And it's not mandated by corporate nonsense and censored by family-friendly bullshit. And not, you know, everything doesn't have to follow the current trend of consumerism. They can just make whatever shit they want and post it online and be like, I made a thing, go play it. And other people who like that other thing that may not be, you know, what the majority likes can be like, cool, this is a thing I like. I'm glad someone made a thing. Whereas consoles, you know, like, you can have third-party games and whatnot, but, you know, there's a whole bunch of bureaucratic bullshit still going on to get your game on a console. Let's see here. I'm gonna play with the colors a little bit. See if something else looks a little bit better. Yeah, I think I like the darker ones better. Looks... yeah. The pink shirt is a little bit interesting, but not bad overall. Actually, let me see how it looks as, like, a complete... kind of like a bit better with the darker pants, but... PT, you cannot put your butt on a console. Red tones? Okay. No, 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 he's not onto something. Don't encourage him. Red tones. Let's see what we can do. I might just be lazy and throw a gradient on it. Okay. I guess that looks good. Now I just gotta slap the worst part of drawing ever. And that's the shading. Which... I don't know. How long have I been streaming? About an hour and 15 minutes. It's gonna take me another hour, maybe 2 to do the shading. I'll probably do cell shading, because that's easier for me. So I think I'm actually gonna cut the stream here. Just because my internet's already cut out 3 times. And I don't... you know, whatever. I don't suggest it. But... anyways, I think I'm gonna call the stream here for now. Like I said, my internet's already cut out 3 times, and... we've got this lined and colored, and I'll go through and do shading later. So... no, that's the fun part. Don't you know artists love criticizing themselves? It's like the best part of the process. But thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna... 4 times! So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this before it cuts out a 5th! But thank you guys for joining me, I really appreciate it. I will try and do these once in a while. As you can see, my internet's not great, and it's gonna cut out and reconnect and cut out and reconnect and cut out and reconnect 10,000 dozen times, so hour-long streams are probably the best that I'm going to be able to do, if even that. But I will try and do them once in a while. Just probably some chill art streams, talk streams. I'm going to ignore that. But, yeah. Thank you guys again for joining me. I will probably cut this down to, like, a, I wonder. I wonder if someone's playing an MMO in the background. Alright. Anyways. Yeah. Thanks again for... Yeah. What? What indeed. But, yeah, again, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. I'll do these whenever I can. Obviously, my internet will forever suck. Snoop is probably hacking something. Except that he's asleep. Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!